And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena. We welcome you this Thursday evening. Hoping you're having a good one and are as excited as we are for this one. Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr joining me in the booth. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harney. The Warriors are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
Right now, looking at the Warriors, they've gotten off to exactly the kind of start they were hoping for. It may be just a small sample size, but they've really been impressive.
Well, they've caught me off guard, Clark, because prior to the season, I didn't think they would be very good. But they've been impressive. They've done a nice job of putting together a solid roster. And this team is playing hard for their coach. They're competing on a nightly basis, and they've built some early momentum here this season.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry, he's in at point guard. In the middle, it's David Lee and Andrew Bogut. Jarrett Jack is out there with Rudy Gay. And for Miami, the big 3 out there, Wade, LeBron, and Bosh at the 2, 3, and 4. Chalmers is out there with Spencer Hawes. Out to Wade. Goes back up. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
Well, it's kind of scary when you play against Miami. I mean, that talent is so overwhelming. So what a lot of teams try to do is zone them just to cut down on the dribble penetration and force Miami to take outside shots.
The Heat have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game.
And they played outstanding team defense in that win, Clark. Nobody got stuck on an island. Everybody was helping. Great rotations. It really looked like they were together in that game.
Yeah, and even when they were rotating different players in and out, Steve, I thought their communication was 5-star and the teamwork was very strong.
And it might seem like a bit of bunker approach, but if you are faced with giving LeBron and Wade a jump shot or a dunk, there isn't too much hesitation, I don't think, Clark, in your answer.
No, I would agree. I mean, there are a couple of things that scare you about the Heat. First, they can knock down outside shots and beat you if you try to go to a zone and close off driving lanes. And secondly, they're still probably able to find a way to get inside and dunk through you or over you.
It's kind of like pick your poison.
Yeah, they come at you in a couple of different ways.
And Miami has possession after the Warriors pick up 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. LeBron's now got his first points of the game.
And his skills go well beyond just his scoring ability. They really can run their entire offense through him.
Curry kicks to Bogut. Over Hawes. Bogut. That's good. Bogut's got his second bucket of the night.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
It's stolen by Curry from 17 feet out. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And a great start offensively.
Yeah, they've come out strong. I mean, really scoring and playing with confidence.
It's stolen by Curry. Jack goes right up, flushes it down.
That's what he's all about. That's who he is, retrieving those misses and exploding right back to the bucket.
Prime example of it right there, no question. Good point, Clark.
Yeah, great rebounder and a great finisher, so that's a difficult combination to deal with for the defense.
Here comes Mario Chalmers, averaging 10 points per contest. Fader on the way. No luck.
Typically, he's pretty dependable on those open jump shots.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
Pretty lazy effort defensively that night from them, guys. I know that it sounds harsh, but hey, I speak the truth.
Yes, you do. Where were the adjustments is my question. I mean, the coaching staff didn't seem to realize, as everyone else watching did, that changes had to be made defensively. They never moved on anything.
The big 3 with Wade and LeBron in the wings and Bosh at the 4. Arnett Moultrie is out there with Chalmers. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And that one's good by Gay.
Well, what's amazing about Gay is the body control, the athleticism, the ability to go up for a shot and absorb contact and still kind of hang there and knock the shot down. Just an amazing wing player, probably one of the most underrated scorers in this league.
I'd agree with that. He's a superb athlete with great composure offensively, and that ability to finish over the top is a big part of why he rarely gets in funks or cold spells. He knows he can get his shot off whenever he needs to.
Gets it to go. Bosch has got his first 3 points of the game.
He may not be their top three-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion.
Inside. Lee passes to Gay. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And let's see now which shooting guards have been on target the most over the last 10 games. In the third spot, Dwayne Wade.
Just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, and it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming the perimeter.
And not just on the perimeter. I mean, all of these players drive the lane very effectively. Yeah, they're excellent outside shooters, but it's getting to the rim and finishing in close quarters that puts those percentages as high as they are.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers running. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Chalmers.
He's so dangerous. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands and gets some momentum going towards the basket.
Warriors leading by 14. Curry dishes to Bogut. Back to Curry. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And some changes here for the Heat. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Warriors lead by 16. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
I hope you're enjoying your Thursday.
And we welcome you back with a beautiful view of downtown Miami and the sparkling American Airlines Arena. It's stolen by Curry.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Exclamation point right there, guys. That was a strong throwdown finish.
It was, and a little extra face time as he eases off the iron.
Well, it's about self-preservation, guys. Sometimes that's the safest route. Make sure you don't have any bodies or feet or ankles below you, and then calmly let yourself down to the floor.
The slight replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Curry, and the Warriors take on two more. And what do you guys think about his comments after their last game?
The last thing people want to hear about after a bad performance is whining and complaining and then playing the blame game. And you have to give him credit for owning up to mistakes out there and being accountable. Not a lot of people in the NBA are comfortable doing that.
I agree with you, Clark. I mean, this is a great sign of maturity that this guy is basically looking himself in the mirror and saying, okay, this is my fault. I've got to get better. Where do I begin? Instead of pointing fingers and blaming other people.
Here's Lee. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, when you play against him, Kevin, the first thing you want to address is making it harder on him to go to work down low. If you let him get position inside, it's going to be a long night for you.
And you know what? He's super on the offensive glass. Whether he's bagging his own groceries or sticking back one of his teammates' misses, he gets it done in there.
So he gets them both. 1:51 left in the third quarter. The Heat trail by 20. And Chalmers kicks to Hawes. That is good.
You look at Warriors head coach Mark Jackson. No formal coaching experience before he got the job. He walked straight from the broadcast booth to the bench. But the people in Golden State very excited about his leadership qualities.